Your cat could be in serious pain right now, and you would have absolutely no idea. Not because you're a bad owner, because cats are built to hide it. It's evolutionary. In the wild, a cat that looks weak gets pushed out, hunted, or attacked. So even today, in your living room, on your couch, your cat is running that same ancient program: never show weakness. But here's the thing: vets figured out the crack in that armor. It's not in the meow, it's not in how your cat walks, it's in the face. 5 tiny facial changes your cat can't fully control, even when it's trying to hide everything else. It's called the Cat Grimace Scale, and by the end of this video, you're going to look at your own cat's face and know things about them you didn't know 10 minutes ago. Let's get into it. Quick intro. I'm Name, and today we're breaking down a real pain assessment tool that veterinary researchers developed, simplified enough that you can actually use it at home today on your own cat. No fluff, no filler. By the end, you'll be able to test this yourself. Let's start with the why, because it matters more than you think. So why does this even matter? Why can't you just tell when your cat isn't feeling well? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Dogs are pretty obvious when something's wrong. They limp, they whine, they mope around the house like it's the end of the world. Cats do almost none of that. A cat with a broken tooth, an infected ear, or even arthritis will often keep eating, keep grooming, keep acting mostly normal, right up until the pain is severe. This isn't your cat being stoic in some cute way, it's a leftover survival instinct. Cats evolved as both predator and prey. In the wild, showing pain is basically hanging a sign on your back that says, "Easy target." So cats develop the ability to mask discomfort almost completely, everywhere except their face. That's the part they can't fully control. Muscle tension around the eyes, the ears, the whiskers, these are micro expressions, and they're incredibly hard to consciously suppress, even for an animal that's a master at hiding everything else. This is exactly why so many cat owners find out about a health problem late TOS, a urinary blockage, dental disease, arthritis, because they were waiting for obvious signs that were never going to come. If you've ever thought, "My cat seems totally fine," and then gotten a rough diagnosis at the vet, this is probably why. So instead of waiting for obvious signs, vets built a tool that reads what the face is already telling you. Let's break it down. The Cat Grimace Scale looks at 5 specific areas of your cat's face. Each one gets scored based on how relaxed or tense it looks. You don't need any equipment. You don't need to touch your cat. You just need to actually look, really look, at these 5 spots. Here they are, one at a time, and I want you to picture your own cat's face as we go through each one, because at the end I'm going to have you actually test it. Marker 1, ear position. A relaxed, pain-free cat has ears that sit forward and upright, facing outward, moving naturally when they hear sounds around the room. A cat in pain does something subtle. The ears rotate slightly outward and flatten, almost like they're being pulled sideways and down, not fully flattened back like an aggressive or scared cat, but a softer, lower, more pinned look. It's easy to miss if you're not looking for it, because it's not dramatic. It's not the aggressive flat back against the skull look you'd associate with a hissing cat. It's quieter than that, more like the ears have just given up a little. Pause the video right now if you have a cat nearby and just look at the ears for 5 seconds. Forward and alert? Good sign. Low and slightly rotated, especially if it's been that way for a while? Worth paying attention to. Marker 2, and this one's huge, orbital tightening. That's a fancy way of saying, how squinted are the eyes? A comfortable cat has open, relaxed eyes, not wide and alert like they're startled, just soft and open. A cat in pain will often squint. Not a full eye-closed squint, but a narrowing. The eye looks smaller. The eyelids look tighter, almost like they're bracing for something. Some cats also get a slightly sunken or strained look around the eye area. Here's a mental trick that actually works. Think about how you squint when you're in pain, say a headache or you stub your toe. You don't fully close your eyes, but they tighten up. That's almost exactly what you're looking for in your cat's face. It's the same muscle logic, just on a much smaller, subtler scale. This is often the single most reliable marker on the whole scale, because it's genuinely difficult for a cat to fake relaxed eyes while in real discomfort. Marker 3, muzzle tension. This is the area around the mouth and jaw. A relaxed cat's muzzle is round, soft, loose. No visible tension. A cat in pain often has an elliptical, tighter-looking muzzle. It can look slightly elongated, or like the mouth area has been gently pulled tense, almost like a subtle clench. It won't be dramatic. Cats aren't gritting their teeth like a cartoon character. But the roundness disappears, replaced by a tighter, more oval shape. This one takes a bit more practice to spot than the ears or eyes, so don't worry if it's harder to notice at first. Combined with the other markers, though, it adds real confidence to what you're seeing. Marker 4, whisker position and tension. Relaxed whiskers hang loose, slightly curved, moving naturally. In a cat experiencing pain, the whiskers often become straighter and more forward-pointing, sometimes bunched closer together at the base rather than fanned out naturally. It can look like the whiskers are standing more at attention than usual, stiffer, less relaxed, less natural movement. This is another one where context helps. If your cat's whiskers always look a certain way, you're looking for a change from their normal baseline, which is actually true for the whole scale. The more you know what relaxed looks like on your specific cat, the easier it becomes to catch tense. Marker 5, head position. A comfortable cat holds its head up, roughly level, alert, and engaged with its surroundings. A cat in pain will often lower the head, sometimes tilting it slightly below the shoulder line, or holding it in a hunched, lower posture, even while sitting or standing normally otherwise. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's just a little lower than usual, a little less lifted. That's all 5 markers: ears, eyes, muzzle, whiskers, head. Individually, each one is subtle, but when you start seeing 2, 3, or all 5 together, that's when it stops being a coincidence and starts being a real signal. Okay, this is the part where you actually use it. Here's how to do a quick self-check on your own cat. Step 1. Catch your cat in a normal resting state, not mid-play, not startled, not just woken up from a dead sleep, since all of those change facial expression temporarily. A calm moment on the couch or the windowsill works best. Step 2. Look at the 5 markers, one at a time. Ears, forward or pinned low. Eyes, open or squinted. Muzzle, round or tight. Whiskers, relaxed or stiff and forward. Head, level or lowered. Step 3. Think about baseline. You're not comparing your cat to some textbook perfect cat. You're comparing your cat right now to how your cat normally looks on a good day. That comparison is what actually matters. If you're noticing 2 or more of these markers showing tension, especially if it's been consistent for more than a day, that's genuinely worth a vet visit. Even if your cat is still eating, still using the litter box, still seeming mostly fine. Remember what we talked about earlier. Mostly fine is exactly the disguise cats are best at. Drop a comment right now telling me what you saw. Relaxed cat? Tense cat? I want to know. And it helps other people scrolling through the comments learn to spot this too. Quick but important. A few mistakes people make with this. Mistake 1. Testing right after your cat wakes up. Cats often look a little squinty and low-eared right after sleep. Give it a few minutes. Mistake 2. Testing during a stressful moment. Vet visits, car rides, loud noises. Stress and fear can mimic some of these same facial signs, which is honestly part of why this takes a little practice to read accurately. Mistake 3. Relying on just one marker. One tense sign alone isn't a diagnosis, it's a flag. Multiple markers together, especially held over time, is what actually matters. And to be really clear, this is not a replacement for a vet. Think of it as an early warning system, not a diagnosis. If something feels off, a vet visit is always the right call. This tool just helps you catch it sooner, instead of waiting for something dramatic and obvious. Here's why I think this matters so much. Cats don't get the benefit of the doubt that dogs get. Owners wait for the obvious signs, the limping, the whining, and with cats, those signs often just don't come, not until things are already serious. Learning to read these 5 tiny signals means you're not waiting for a crisis to know something's wrong. You're catching it in the quiet moments, on the couch, on the windowsill, in the 15 seconds most people never actually look closely at their cat's face. That's the whole point of this video. Not to make you paranoid, just a little more fluent in a language your cat has been speaking to you the whole time. If this helped you look at your cat differently, Hit subscribe. I break down real, practical pet health signs like this every week. No fluff, just what actually matters. And if you want the next step, the actual signs of pain in dogs, which show up completely differently, I've got a video right here breaking that down too. Go check it out.